All right. You know, I'm just out here. I'm going to show you the ocean right here. I got to move the cord. Right. I go through headsets like nothing. I don't know why. Of course, I know why. Everything's cheap and low quality and made in China. I'm telling you guys something. When everything's made in China, quality won't mean anything anymore. But anyway, I got a question for some of you guys. Some of you guys are into the music scene. You know, I mean, what's the perfect tempo for you? I'm asking because when I listen to a lot of American mixtapes, or basically New York based or New York centric mixtapes, you know, the DJs they put the beat count, you know, they aim for that perfect 120 to 130 beats per minute, maybe 124, 126, you know. And I'm talking about I am talking about with normal dance music, you know, with like disco and some hip hop, and then some basic dance music, funk, and some house music, stuff like that. I think here that we set the dance music up to be in the 120, 122, 124, 129, 130 beats a minute, and that's normal. But I was right now a few minutes ago. I still am. I had to pause the tape. Actually, it's a MP3, but you get the point. I paused the playback of a mixtape I'm listening to from London, the 6 million steps sessions. You know, these guys in London are pretty good, man. But for the first hour, I haven't heard the second hour yet, but for the first hour, I did a beat count. And these guys set the tempo at roughly, I timed it for 15 seconds, so times 4. I was getting like 28, 29, so that's about 112 to 116 beats a minute for like the first hour of the mix, you know? And, to me, if you can dance to it, you can obviously dance to it, but the music is playing slower. So, to me, I mean, it doesn't sound that bad at all. It still sounded good. It still sounded good. But what I was asking was, what do you guys think is preferable? Because in my head, when I'm listening to these guys play back at 112, 116 beats a minute, what it looks like to me is that they're basically setting up the mix for couples dancing. And then when I see people, when they make up a mix for like 120 and 130, that you're basically it's more of an individual effort to do your dance. And then when you get the faster stuff like techno, trance, D&B, electronica, well, these guys they're playing the record at 130 to 150 beats a minute. I don't even believe you're supposed to dance to that. I just believe you're supposed to move, but more like, I'm assuming in my head, if you could imagine, to me, when someone is dancing to trance, D&B, or electronica, it's like, man, look, what's happening to you is that you're getting struck by lightning, or you're having a seizure or something like that. And I don't really see. I mean, to me, you would only want the music to be that fast if, one, you're doped up on ecstasy or some other type of narcotic or controlled substance, and two, you can't really dance anyway, so you don't want anyone else to know that you can't dance. But to me, when you set something up for about 120 beats a minute, 130 beats a minute, that seems to be that you can have a routine, a dance routine, but it's basically you doing your thing, and if you're going out there with a mate to dance with, she's doing her thing also. Now, if you're doing your beat count for about 110 to 116, I can see that's being set up for couples dancing, and I definitely can see it being set up for seniors dancing. At least people who are older and can't really do those maneuvers like they used to when they were young. But anyway, like I said, I'm out here on the ocean. What you see over there, if you can see it over there, that would be what is that? Rockaway Beach? No, that would be Breezy Point. Is that it? Yeah, that'd be Breezy Point over there. That would be the southeastern, the most southeastern tip of Queens, right over there. And I am in what they would call Manhattan Beach right now. But you guys let me know, what do you think is a perfect beat count? Because like I said, I was listening to the first hour on that mixtape, and you guys got to go check it out. 6millionsteps.com. These guys got some really nice, some really groovy stuff, man. I slept on a lot of the European acts because, you know, from what I mean, no offense, you guys, but I think some of you guys killed disco when you started making really bad records in the '70s. I mean, like here over here. I mean, dance music and disco and R&B was almost the same thing for a while, and then it deviated, but it's still almost one and the same. Over there, you guys created something, or you categorized it as boogie, and then I don't know what the difference is between boogie and disco. You know, I mean, you got funk, and then you got boogie, and then you got, I mean, but then again, you guys also wowed me with that classification of northern soul, when over here we just called it, you know, regular R&B. Soul music, and to differentiate between northern soul and southern soul, someone have to explain that to me. But we would just call most of that southern soul stuff was just, we would call that the blues, or you know, is down home. But it was still, I mean, it was still the blues because you know, a lot of that southern soul that you guys are considering, that was never really popular up north anyway. That's why, I mean, you know, after Stax left Memphis, this is pretty much, that was it, man. You know, that was pretty much it. But no, I'm saying, you know, with the beat count, I'm just saying I just thought that was a good idea. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I'm listening to the first mix, and you learn some good things. I mean, first of all, you learn about some records that you never knew were popular because they weren't really popular in the United States, but they seem to be smash successes over there in Europe. But you also learn that, you know, guys they're working different angles, they're playing different records, they've got different instrumentals. You know, I mean, so basically my question is, it's a global question. I'm just letting you know what's happening here in New York. When you guys, you know, some of you guys are in London, some of you guys in Japan, some of you guys are in North Africa, some of you guys in South America. It's an open question. When you guys are playing, or you're going out to clubs, or you're playing in clubs, what's the perfect beat that you try to set, the perfect tempo that you try to set the night for? You know, how many beats per minute? You know? All right. I'm out of here. I have got to go and get some fruit because I am hungry. I'll see you guys later.